who are family may want to sit together because they've already shared germs. Okay. Jerry Wolfson is this week. And this is the last time I'm saying cottage for my mother, tonight and tomorrow. For the 11 months, yeah. I'm not starting anything. I'm noodling. Until I see a screen. Until I see a screen, I'm not.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Do you trust each other with your germs? How are you guys doing? How's your head? It's good. Well, you're not giving me the answer. Obviously, I think Dorothy can't just use books.
We can. I copied it onto something, and it's not. I'm not finding it.
Oh, really? I like Asia. Yeah, but you weren't born in the 40s. Any luck?
I put it on a thumb drive, and that couldn't find it. Loading is coming. Just go. Okay.
Okay. All right.
It's about 2 minutes.
There, it's a Shabbat Shalom there. We just need to project it.
Yep. I know. Looks like it. So why is the screen not
a screen, we're booking it. They canceled Band's visit. Band's visit. Although I have to say, I saw American Sun. It was incredible. It was one of the best I've seen in years. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. This side was adequate, this side less so. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. You are intrepid. You are the ones who think that community is really, really important, or your filial obligations to the dead to say Kaddish, but to be together and make Shabbat Shabbat. Shabbat is this pause, this breath. Without breathing, without stopping to take a breath, the world is simply an oppressive place. And so we're here to welcome Shabbat, to enjoy Shabbat, and to be together as a community at a time of great anxiety and great fear. My name is Jamie Gibson. I'm the senior rabbi here. We have guests from Duquesne University. We're delighted to have you here. If there are things that you don't understand, ask Jay. Jay knows everything. Or Frank, either way. This is Cantor Berman, and we sing a lot and we pray in Hebrew. So we're going to call out page numbers. There's a thin blue book in the pew rack in front of you. And we'll be calling out the page numbers of where we're going to pray and where we're going to sing.
No?
So the first song tonight is called Shir Chadash, which means a new song. And it's on page 334 in your prayer book. Going from right to left, because that's how Hebrew reads. Oh, 334 in the brackets, right?
No, 334. I've used black numbers.
Oh, okay, fine. I know some of you know it, so please join in. It goes like this. There's Hebrew and English. Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai.
Page 344.
We'll do that again.
Shiru l'Adonai
kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai. Sing unto God, all the earth, a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God, and we'll all sing along, all the earth, a new song unto God. Shiru, Shiru Adonai, Kol haaretz. Shiru Adonai, Shir Hadash. Sing unto God, all the earth, a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God, and we'll all sing along, all the earth, a new song to God. Shiru Adonai, Kol haaretz. Shiru Adonai, Shir Hadash. If you go all the way to the beginning of the book from right to left on page 2, you'll find the blessings for candles, welcoming Shabbat, followed by Kiddush, the sanctification of wine or juice. I'm going to ask Mimi and Jody to come up and lead us in those prayers. It's our custom as you are able to rise in your place. Not you. You don't have to. You don't have to. Unless you're stubborn. Oh, you are stubborn.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Shabbat shalom, everybody. We now bless our children. I see at least 4 children to be blessed. Cantor Berman, if you will.
Yes, if you want to follow along, up to you. We're on page 299. So this is a beautiful Shabbat custom to bless our children. And certainly I think we can all feel that we may need a little extra blessing right now, individually, as a community, as families, as friends. So we can say at the bottom, Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka. May God's light shine upon you, and may God be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. And everybody,
Shalom, shalom.
Yasem lecha shalom, shalom. V'yasem lecha shalom. Shalom, shalom. Yasem lecha shalom, shalom. V'yasem lecha shalom.
So turn in your books to page 4 and 5, and you'll find the blessing for Kiddush. Give us a key on page 5, and we'll start right in.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pori hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'rotzavanu.
V'shabbat kodsho me'ahava u'ratzon inchilanu zikaron lema'aseh
Bereshit ki hu yom tehillah
Lemikra kodesh
zecher tziat Mitzrayim ki
Vanu v'acharta Lotanu kidashta Mikol amim V'shabbat kodshecha Ve'ava uvra
And it is just juice. Have a seat, everybody.
Page 12.
Well, actually, we're going to start with the reading. Okay. Page 8.
Oh, you added one in here.
We're going to read together. I begin with a prayer of gratitude for all that is holy in my life. God needs no words, no English or Hebrew, no semantics, and no services, but I need them. Through prayer, I can sense my inner strength, my inner purpose, my inner joy, my capacity to love. As I reach upward in prayer, I sense these qualities in my Creator. To love God is to love each other. To work to make our lives better. To love God is to love the world God created and to work to perfect it. To love God is to love dreams of peace and joy that illumine all of us and to bring that vision to life. So now we turn ahead to page 12. And I think I'm going to do the old tune because that way we don't have to worry about English. Page 12. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena haladonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena haladonai. Naria, naria, latzur yishenu, nekadma fana betoda. Naria, naria, latzur yishenu, Bizmirot naria lo. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena haladonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena haladonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena haladonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena haladonai. Please turn to page 20 for Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi, if you don't know this, is a poem to Shabbat as a bride. Dodi likrakala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrakala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Leichat dibur echad hishmianu, Echad hamiuchad Adonai echad, U'shemo echad l'shemo tiferet. Ve'elikti lechado dodi likrakala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lechado dodi likrakala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'necha ki mekor haberacha merosh mikerem nesuchas ma'aseh b'machshavat chila. Lecha dodi likrakala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrakala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, hitori, kiva orech, kumi ori, uri, uri, shir daberi, kevod Adonai, alai, alecha. Please rise and face the rear. We're doing verse 9, where we're going to greet the bride. Lecha dodi. Page 21, verse 9. Lecha
Verse 9.
Boi v'shalom, ateret b'hala, gam b'simcha, u'b'tzohala tochemu ne'an segula. Bo to the left, then to the right. Boi chala, lecha dodi likrakala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrakala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. If you turn the page, you'll find Mizmor Shir Yom HaShabbat, the psalm for the Sabbath day. We're going to read in English to the indent And then we're going to go back to the indent in the Hebrew and sing Tzadik Katamar. So we read together on
Psalm.
page
Oh,
22.
a song for Shabbat. It is good to praise Adonai, to sing hymns to your name, O Most High, to proclaim your steadfast love at daybreak, your faithfulness each night. With a 10-stringed harp, with voice and lyre together, you have gladdened me by your deeds, Adonai. I shout for joy at your handiwork. How great are your works, Adonai! How very subtle your designs. The brute cannot know, the fool cannot understand this.
So look at the indent of the Hebrew or the transliterated English characters. Tzadik Katamar Yifra Ge'ez Balvanon Yizkeh Shetulim Beveit Adonai B'chazrot Eloheinu Yafrichu Od Yenuvun B'Seva L'Shenim L'Ra'ananim Yehu L'Hagid Ki Yashar Adonai Tzuri V'lo Avlatamo. Turn the page and we end the section of our service with Shalom Aleichem, the blessing of the angels. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Yom, Mimelech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. As you're able, please rise for the Chatzi Kaddish, ending the section of the service leading to the Baruch Hu. It's on page 26.
Yikadal v'yikadash merabah.
Amen.
Yelemad evrachirotei v'yamelich v'achutei. B'chayichon v'mechonochai l'chol Beit Yisrael.
Bagala, bagala, ubizman karib. Amen. Yehi shmera b'mevorach, le'olam u'lal me'al maya.
Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yirbar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal l'shemei l'kudeshah.
B'richu.
B'richu li'elam minkom b'chata v'shirata.
Tush b'chata v'nechemata, damiran b'olma. Amen. Turn the page.
Baruch hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai Vorach Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Habarach Leolam Vaed.
Please turn the page, and we're going to read the Ma'ariv, the prayer for the sun, the moon, and the stars in English on page 30. Please join in. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God,
ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzevaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim.
Turn the page. Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Al ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shokbenu, u'kumenu nasiach b'chukecha, v'nizmach midivrei Toratecha, u'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed, ki hem chayenu, v'yorech yameinu, u'bahem negei yomam v'layla, negei yomam v'layla. Ve'avadcha al tasir, mimenu le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael, ohev amo Yisrael. Turn the page. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Please be seated. Turn the page. By the way, I keep saying turn the page, but you kind of get it, right? When you're done with one page, you turn to the next. It's all okay. It's pretty easy to follow.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, ושבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך, ובשכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
So look at the facing page, because the Ve'ahavta is so important. We're supposed to read it twice a day, or its essence, in a language understood by the heart. So we read, love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act.
Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, Whether you are tired or you are rested, let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai your God. Adonai Elohechem Emet.
So turn to 41. We'll read the English on that page and then look at the facing page for the Micha Mocha together.
Sing the song of men and women joined in understanding and respect. The song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more. The song of a world redeemed, the song of peace.
Now this tune we've been teaching because Dan Nichols was going to come here next week, and everything is now on hold. We hope he's going to come in May. We've tried to rearrange it, but we should still learn his beautiful Micha Mocha. It goes like this. Micha Mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha Mocha nedar ba'kodesh, Micha Mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha Mocha nedar ba'kodesh. Nora tehilot osef eleh, Nora tehilot osef eleh, Adonai yimloch leolam malchutecha, malchutecha okay, ayam livnei Moshe u'Miriam, Ze'eli anu v'yamru, Adonai anu v'yamru, Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed. Micha Mocha, Micha Mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha Mocha nedar ba'kodesh, Micha Mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha Mocha nedar ba'kodesh.
Ne'emar ki bada Adonai et Yaakov pogel miyad chazak mimenu Baruch atah Adonai Ka'al Yisrael. Back to the top.
Micha Mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha Mocha nedar ba'kodesh, Micha Mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha Mocha nedar ba'kodesh. Nora tehilot osef eleh, Nora tehilot osef eleh, Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim, ufros aleinu sukat shalomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shalomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us daily wrong from right, O Adonai. Amen. Amen, amen. Amen, amen, amen.
And 3 lines from the bottom. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim.
So once a year it happens that the Vishamru is actually in the Torah portion of the week. So Ki Tisa, this Torah portion where the most famous part is the golden calf, has this as a reminder, even before the golden calf, that Shabbat is our eternal heritage. It said, if you had to break a Shabbat, you should go ahead and do so you can have many Shabbatot in the future. Unfortunately, many of us don't ever have a Shabbat. Well, when the world is closing down around us and the entire cultural district is dark, well, we have to take note. And hopefully this Vishamru will help us do that. This is the very first Vishamru that Debbie Friedman ever wrote. It goes like this. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Lasod et ha-Shabbat v'dorotam Be'erid olam Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael Odhi le'olam Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai Et hashamayim ve'et haaretz Uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayihi nafash Shabbat vayihi nafash Shabbat vayihi nafash. We've now come to the central part of the service called the Amidah, the Tefillah. It's on page 46. There's a verse of Psalm there. We rise as we're able. The verse is the most difficult prayer in the world. It actually prays that we might be able to pray.
Adonai,
Sifatai tivta, ufi agid tehilatecha. Adonai, Sifatai tivta, ufi agid tehilatecha. Adonai,
Sifatai tivta, ufi agid tehilatecha.
These are on the page.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el HaGadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomer v'chasadim tovim v'koneh hakol וזוכר חסדי אבות ואמהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, נהלך עוזר משיח ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה.
Page 50. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה כל התורה ולהושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מחלקל חיים בחסד, בחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו, לשני העפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומידו מלך. מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, למען אתה לחיות הכל. Baruch atah Adonai mechayeh hakol. Turn the page. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yahallelu chaselah. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. Please find your seats and turn to page 55. We read together a blessing for the day of Shabbat. At the top of the page. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh HaShabbat. We're at the top of page 57 in the English. Ever-present one, may we, your people Israel, be worthy in our deeds and our prayer. Wherever we live, wherever we seek you, in this land, in Zion restored, in all lands, you are our God, whom alone we serve in reverence. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otcha levadcha b'yirah na'avod. And in the middle of 59, for the Hoda'ah, the Thanksgiving blessing, there's a beautiful echo of Psalm 8 as we take a sense of wonder at the natural world. When we behold your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and stars that you set in place, what are we humans that you are mindful of us? We mortals that you take note of us. You made us little less than divine, adorned us with glory and majesty. You gave us dominion over your handiwork, laying the world at our feet. How majestic is your name throughout the earth. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha, ulechana el hodot. And the last of the 7 blessings of the Amidah is, of course, for peace. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tazim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tazim Leolam. Ki atahu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tazim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tazim Leolam. V'tov be'einecha levarer et amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tazim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tazim Leolam. Tazim Leolam. Tazim Leolam. Baruch atah Adonai, hambarech amo Yisrael, bashalom. Praised are you, Adonai, our God, who blesses our people Israel with peace. Every one of the words we've sung tonight has been on a page somewhere. But you have prayers, longings, hopes, fears, dreams, wishes etched in your heart. Please take this moment. You might even close your eyes to access the prayers of your heart in silence. sharp. It's going to kill me. Oh, say shalom, shalom bivromav, uyaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Israel, ve'emeru amen. Uyaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Israel. Amen. Oh, say shalom, shalom bivromav, uyaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Israel. If you'll turn to page 253 in your book, every week, in the evening service as well as the morning service, we offer a mishaberach of healing for those who are not well. And we encourage you to understand that this is a communal heart. Right now, my heart is beating about 92 because I tend to beat fast. And if you add up all the heart rates of everybody in the room, it's at least 5,000 beats a minute. 5,000 beats a minute that make for life. And yet we know people whose life is diminished right now. They suffer an incapacity or an infirmity. And we pray not that God does magic. We pray that they're in a good place emotionally and spiritually and surrounded by love. And so as I play quietly, I'm going to encourage you to say the names of people for whom you wish healing on this Shabbat. I'm going to start with Susan Horn's mother, Minnie Edelman. And if there's a name of somebody, don't raise your hand. Just call out somebody for whom you wish healing. Herschel Benietta.
May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen.
Mekor habracha le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. Well, I've gotten about 60 emails telling me how to be a rabbi this Shabbat. 60 emails from people who say they know how to meet the zombie apocalypse, which is what we seem to be facing right now. I know it's a zombie apocalypse because I was walking for Murray and Forbes today, and all I found were people carrying loads of toilet paper from Rite Aid. Apparently, all you really need to ward off the zombies is toilet paper. I don't know if you make a cross out of it, a Jewish star, a crescent, I don't know. But apparently, that's the magic talisman that you need to ward off the zombie apocalypse or the coronavirus or COVID-19. It is amazing that people given partial information will tend to the worst case scenario. They will panic. And in this week's Torah portion, people do the exact same thing. They expect that Moses will be back in 40 days. But Moses said 40 days and 40 nights. And when he doesn't show up on the 40th day, they freak out because they don't have a map. There's no GPS, no triptych if you're old enough to remember triptychs, no nothing. And they've got no idea. They think they're abandoned at the mountain. And here, Moses isn't there. And they even say to Aaron, build us an idol for that guy Moses, or that Moses guy. We don't know what became of him. They assume that he simply disappeared or died on the mountain. And the people panic. And they're running around like crazy, and they force Aaron to make an idol, a golden calf, and then they start dancing around it, reveling, drinking, doing all the things that you might expect at a wild, unrestrained event where nobody has control over their actions, their feelings. Everything is let loose because there are no boundaries, no limits. And that's what I worry about. I worry that people having partial information around today will immediately go to the worst case scenario and simply go to Costco and buy up every roll of toilet paper there is. They're not buying milk, but they're buying toilet paper. In Australia, it got so bad that the newspaper publishers printed off huge rolls of blank newsprint and gave them to people to settle them so they could use it as TP. Unbelievable. What can calm us? Well, the very event that we're facing, which we can't see and can't touch, where people are spending $100 on a mask that will not protect them from disease, where people are spending $100 on bottles of Purell, is there anything that will calm us? And what's interesting is the exterior things that people buy, the TP and the Purell, that won't calm you unless you simply hold on to it all the time. What will calm you, frankly, is inside of you already. And it doesn't cost anything more than your ability to notice and pay attention. To pay attention to your heart if it's racing, your breathing if it's fast, to pay attention and say, oh my gosh, here I am. I'm still breathing. The zombie apocalypse has not yet occurred. I am okay, and I can be okay. When 9/11 happened, the Friday afterwards, it was on a Tuesday, I remember it very well, I went down to the Islamic Center, and the Imam, a man named Khadir Gunduz from Egypt, was trying to calm his people. At that point, everybody in the Muslim community was terrified to go to the store or go to the bank, and Jews actually were helping them. And he said, your job is to slow your heart. And the first thing you have to do is turn off the news. I remember it so well. He said, the next thing you have to do is to find somebody that you know is okay and be with them. And let your okayness rub off on each other. And the third thing you can do is to take a walk. Go out into the world and realize that the world is not collapsing on you. He didn't say this. I would simply add, if you find people walking around like this with large amounts of toilet paper, go the other direction. You do not want to talk to these people because their fear will infect you. I was also told by every source, Orthodox, Conservative, and Reformed today, saying the sermon has to be short tonight. So I'm about to end in a minute. But very late this afternoon, after 5:30, I received some words from a congregant. And she wrote it so beautifully. She wrote, "This is God telling us that we have lost our way. Now, though, people who have worked for years will be forced to work at home with their kids off from school, meaning they'll spend time with their families, experience what stay-at-home spouses experience, get to know their own kids again. This is God calling upon us to remember what matters, families, caring about each other, and not taking for granted our freedoms. God is giving the earth a break from overuse and abuse. Discouraging travel will give our land, air, and water a much-needed recuperation. This is a hard reset as a society, as a world. It will bring leaders and politicians together to combat something that can make us ill, all of us. Rather than the child's play antics of politics, we have to get along together. We need this." And she writes, "We should thank God, even for the zombie apocalypse, for pointing us back to the path from which we have strayed." May you look inside and find the capacity to breathe. May you look out at someone who loves you, needs you, who wants you in their lives, and talk with them. May you turn off the TV. May you walk outside. And as I said before, when you see that person with the TP stumbling toward you, as if the apocalypse is here, walk the other way and know a moment of peace. Amen. We have a few announcements. I want to thank Mimi, Joan, and Mike for ushering tonight. And I want to tell you that we are basically shut down except for services and meetings. All of our programs are on hold right now. All of our programs, we are going to try to engineer the tech so that we can have some of our classes be done by Zoom or by video so that people can participate. But the meetings are taking place, the office is open, then there will be services. Tomorrow, there is Torah study at 8:30 in the morning upstairs in the Lockhart Lounge, and the Minyan will not be in the chapel, it'll be down here. We'll set up chairs along here, and people get in the first row, and we'll have a nice little oval of connection here, and we'll get the live stream to work so that people can see that service. We do have an oneg for you, and we were trying to figure out how do we safely, hygienically give people food. Now, you have to understand that I'm not a very clear thinker when it comes to math or consequences. And so I said, instead of people just picking up pieces of cake or cookies, we'll have tongs out. And then Rabbi Gorban and my wife, Barbara, pointed out that everybody touching the tongs leaves their germs on the tongs. So tonight we have clementines for you to pick up and peel yourself, and cookies that are wrapped so that you can take them. And if you don't want to hang around and schmooze, that's fine too. But you can't have Shabbat without a bissel to eat, right? As Lina Randolph, the very first maintenance person here, taught me when I walked in the door, no eatin', no meetin', unless it's Yom Kippur, okay? So we're going to continue. I'm going to ask, yes? It's canceled. Right, the Watts meeting is canceled. The cooking program on Monday night is canceled as well, okay? So if you turn in your book to page 282, it's 586 in the brackets. Our concluding set of prayers starts with a prayer called Aleinu, for which we rise as you are able.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא.
Please be seated.
ביום ההוא Adonai echad, Ushemo, Ushemo, Ushemo echad.
It's our custom as we read the names of those who are observing yahrzeit or mourning a death, that when we say the name of the person for whom you are saying Kaddish, we'll ask you to rise in place, and that way we'll know that you're a mourner. And at the end, the rest of us will rise with you because we believe that no mourner should ever stand alone. This week we especially remember the yahrzeits of Bernice Jaffe Abus, Louis Bennett, Dave Birkenfeld, Helen Blair, Genevieve Bliwas, Lena Block, Marilyn Safian Block, Helen Bodick, and Sarah Childs. Leah Chodok, Fanny Cohen, Bunny Cooper, Rebecca Engelman, Regina Feinberg, Rhoda Lurie Freed, and Mary Gatemi, Evelyn Goldberg, Dora Goldstein, and Barbara Hackman. Max Handelsman, Molly Holtzman, Elias Honig, Barry Janoff, and Lillian J. Lester Carlton, Louis Goldsmith-Katz, Red Krasny, Alex Lampel, Sherma Levine, Rachel Lilienthal, Jane Lobel, and Jean Ruth Mandras, Maurice Marcus, Celia Marcus, and Edna Matoski, Shirley Ann Miller, Marion Mirsky, and Bessie Olitsky, Lester Rosenblum, Manuel Ruiz, Kitty Ruttenberg, Bessie Safian, Nate Safian, Josie Pfeiffer Schwartz, and Herbert Siegel, Leonard Serban, Frank Shapiro, Abe Silverblatt, and Eva Simon, Claire Steiger, Leo Stein, and Richard Vernier, Alfred H. Wagman, Harriet Wedner, and Anna Clutchman-Weinstein, Sarah Weisblatt, Jerome Weisberg, Catherine M. Wheeler, Jerry Wolfson, and Sidney Zuckerman. And now remember those whose recent deaths we still mourn: Caroline Cohen, Jean Colora, Paul Kaplan, Jillian Myron, Yair Murad, Margaret Yvonne Kaplan, Kevin McCoy, and Francine Sorak. We honor them all. We stand with our mourners for their Kaddish, which is, I think, on page 598. It's 294. Yitgadal v'yikadash merabah.
Amen.
V'yomad yivrach yiruteh v'yomlich malchuteh. V'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayeh d'chol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala v'yizman kari v'yimru. Amen. Yehei shmei rabam barach le'olam olamei almaya. Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. Yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei d'kudsha. Le'ela minko birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechamata. Da'amiram v'yomah v'yimru.
Amen.
Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. L'chaim aleinu ve'el kol Yisrael v'yimru.
Amen.
Oseh shalom bimromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ve'el kol Yisrael v'kol yishvei tevel v'yimru.
Amen.
Amen. May the source of peace in the high heavens cause peace to descend on all of us, all Israel, upon our shattered, scared, anxious world, upon all of us who mourn our beloved dead, as together we say,
Amen.
Amen. Please remain standing for our final song. This is the gentlest Adon Olam I know. It's on
Page 321.
Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Le'ed Nasa B'chefsa Kol Hazai Melech Shemo Nikra V'acharei kichlot hakol Levado yimloch nora V'hu haya v'hu hoveh V'hu yeh b'tifara V'hu echad v'ein sheni Le'am shilo le'hachbira B'li reshit, b'li tachlit V'lo ha'ol v'ha'mizrah V'hu eli v'chai go'ali V'tzur chavli b'eit tzara V'hu nisi umanos li Menargosi v'yom ekra בידו, אף כדרוכי בעת אישן ואעירה, ועם רוחי גביעתי,
Adonai li velo ira.
Baruchim atem b'voachem, baruchim atem b'tzeichem, me'atav olam. May be blessed every place you go into God's world. And as you go out, may you be strong and healthy and unafraid. And may you walk back home healthy and strong, loving and unafraid as well. As together we say, Amen. Kids, cookie time. Ready? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei minei mizonot. Praise you, Adonai, our God, ruler of all, who makes all kinds of animal crackers and cookies out there. As together we say, Amen. Shabbat shalom.